Hello everyone, this is Renee, CC Crazy Wolf, and I thought I would bring you some newspaper clippings. Some are silly, some are effed up, and some are just weird, I guess you could say. So let's get into it and see what we have here. Alright, so the referee's story. This is Pittsburgh, November 12th. Attorney Homer M. Young, who umpired the football game between West Virginia University and Bethany, said tonight, I can state positively that the injury to Monk was the result of a plainly deliberate act. I cannot give the name of the Bethany player who inflicted the injuries, but I saw the incident. A few minutes before this, I had penalized Bethany 15 yards from the same Bethany player had run into Monk intentionally. Okay, so basically what they're talking about here in this is that something was purposely done to another player, which I think that happens a lot, even though it's not put out there because it's not sportsmanship. So let's finish. Okay, where were we? Okay, so I was watching more work of the same sort. In the next rush, there was no untoward occurrence. But in the next, I saw the Bethany player deliberately run into Monk and knock the ladder over backward. Monk fell heavily on the back of his head and did not rise. If he was kicked, I did not see that. Can you tell any glasses? Yeah. I put the player who had kicked him down out of the game. He acted like a man who knew he had done something wrong. You see, he knew he did something wrong. For he left the field without a word of protest or explanation. It says football tragedy sounds like murder. It says the death of captain of West Virginia's team. Wheeling, West Virginia, November 12th. Rudolph Monk of Connellsville, Pennsylvania, captain of the left halfback of West Virginia University football team, died in a hospital tonight. Oh my God, he died of concussion of the brain received in a game with Bethany this afternoon. McCoy, right end for the Bethany team, fell on the Monk or not the Monk. Okay, fell on Monk in the scrimmage, and spectators say the men fought vigorously. The referees declared that no blow was struck. When McCoy arose from the prostrate form of Monk, he was removed from the game. Coroner Rogers began an inquest into Monk's death tonight. Several witnesses testified that Monk was slugged in the game last Thanksgiving. Monk was injured in the game with Washington and Jefferson and was unconscious for 2 weeks. That's really horrible. I don't think any game should be worth somebody's life. So, moving on. All right, the gasoline problem. I put this one in because it's obviously duh. Really, duh. Okay, the gasoline problem. With the increasing use of motor cars, trucks, tractors, motorboats, and other devices operated with gasoline engines, the demand for gasoline has grown faster than the crude oil supply. The situation threatens a serious shortage of gasoline. Knowing the facts, do what you can to conserve gasoline. Use what gasoline you must. Waste none. None. So they're wanting you to use the gasoline if you must use it, but do not waste none. Well, no shit, really, people. No shit. Da-da. That's all I can say. Da-da. Next. All right, so this one, I went ahead and did a little snippet thing of it because some of these are really hard to see and some of them are hard to read. And I probably should have done that for a lot of them. It says that in Portland, September, it looks like the 12th, Frank Schurz was arraigned today before the municipal court of the city on the charge of having tried to chloroform an entire family of 5 persons in an attempted burglary. What the hell was he thinking? He tried to chloroform a family of 5. He broke in with the intent to chloroform these people so he could burglarize them. Wow. Okay. On September, looks like the 3rd, the home of Jacob Bush, a blacksmith. Wow, this must have been a really long time ago. Okay, a blacksmith who is reputed, oh, it's 1905. Okay. He reputed to always keep a large sum of money in the house, was entered, but the marauder, don't you love how they used to type? Oh, it's so cool. Okay, so the marauder was frightened away by I can't make out their word, the outcries, that's it, of Bush's 2 little daughters who were awakened while being chloroformed. He couldn't even chloroform the little kids. How the hell did he think he was going to chloroform the parents? I mean, really, dude? You suck. You sucked. Okay. So Schurz was identified by Bush and his daughters and by the druggist who sold the chloroform. Okay, for number one, I can't understand why a druggist would sell chloroform back then. I'm just saying, what was the uses for it that you could sell it? That's I'm gonna have to Google it because I really don't know. To farm insanity plant. Deadliest vegetable known to be introduced into Texas. I said Texas. Texas. I'm sorry. I can't speak. I'm sorry. Okay. The deadly marijuana plant. Oh, they're talking about marijuana. They're talking about weed. Okay. So the deadly marijuana plant is to be introduced into Texas from Mexico. This one I put in because it's funny. Okay. The special permission of the State Agriculture Department, Ernest Love, who conducts an agriculture experimental station near Curera. I'm sorry if I'm butchering that. Curera has returned from a trip to the marijuana producing region of Mexico, bringing with him 10 pounds of the seed of the plant. Says a dispatch from Austin to the New York Herald. The weed is known as the most harmful of narcotic drugs. Seriously, people. Okay. Anyway. Its leaves, when smoked in the form of cigarettes, produce a species of insanity, which frequently ends in horrible death. Come on. The story is told in Mexico that Empress Carlotta, the ill-fated wife of Maximilian, had her mind dethroned by drinking coffee in which marijuana leaves had been placed. She left Mexico an incurable lunatic at the time of the overthrow of the French in that country and has never regained her faculties. So terrible are the effects of marijuana that the law has passed by the Mexican Congress, making it a penitentiary offense for a person to use the plant in any form. It is said that it is so seductive in its effects that to smoke one cigarette made of it will addict one to its use. Notwithstanding the stringent Mexican law, it is a common practice for cigarettes made of it to be smuggled into the soldiers in the barracks, producing more than one dangerous riot. Love believes that the plant can be put to a good commercial use as a drug. He says its cure of asthma and is also thought to be valuable in the treatment of tuberculosis. It is far more powerful than India hemp, of which it is a species. He says India hemp is recognized as the material medical as a valuable drug. Okay. Well, I don't know what she was suffering from, but I doubt very seriously that it was the marijuana. I mean, maybe it was. I don't know. I don't know how it affects some people and how um, it does people, but I don't know that. Um, I've never heard of that. I mean, somebody going crazy, that is. So that's just weird to me. But if it's fucked you up before, you can leave a comment. Let me know. I'm curious. I've just never heard of it. So okay. The art of embalming the dead. Here we go. Okay, the art of embalming is probably more closely studied and certainly more scientifically practiced at Geneva than in any other European city. There are many foreign residents and travelers. Oh God, travelers. I think that's in the place, and it often happens that when one of these dies, its body is sent home for burial. This is especially the case with Americans who strongly object to burying their dead in cemeteries. That's not true. Okay, where after 15 to 20 years, according to continental usage, every memento of them may be obliterated and other bodies laid in the same grave. It's according where it is. Okay, so yes, there are people that have to recycle graves, but that is because of where they live and the type of situation that it is. So, I mean, like Louisiana, for instance, they have to recycle the graves. They just have to. It's not an option. They can't bury, so they have to put them in them crypts, and they have to do it. Several Geneva physicians make embalming a part of their business with great advantage to themselves. The fee being necessarily a heavy one, of course it is. But the most successful embalmer in Geneva, probably in Europe, is Professor Le- I'm gonna murder that name. Lashowski. Some of these names. Okay. Legowski. I think it's Legowski of the university, and his process, of which he makes no secret, is being generally adopted. He has been equally successful in the preservation of anatomical specimens, to which, besides making them wow, I cannot make that out. Parents and suppleness of fresh pieces. An English physician with whom our correspondents once visited the museum of the medical facility assured him uh, the specimens were far superior to anything of the sort in any other European collection which he had seen. A short time ago, Professor oh, here we go again with his name, Lashowski. I think I've said everything probably, but what his name actually is. Sorry about that. Okay, at the meeting of the Geneva Medical Society, read a paper on the art of embalming in which he gave a full explanation of his method, yet he was careful to point out that, let's see, the mere process was no more than half the battle, and that only a special talent, improved by long and persevering effort, could, I think that's ensure complete success. That was from the London Times. Next, how to use Vicks Vapor Rub. I thought this was actually very, very funny for an ad. Okay, how to use Vicks Vapor Rub in treating Spanish influenza. Okay, the influenza germs attack the lining of the air passages. When vapor rub is applied over throat and chest, the medicated vapors loosen the phlegm, open the air passages, and stimulate the mucous membrane to throw off the germs. Did you know that it did that? It completely throws off the germs. So, yeah, it throws them off. It throws off the germs. Yep, throws them off. So, you know, throws them off. Bet you didn't know that. Then they go even further. In addition, yeah, more. In addition, vapor rub is absorbed through and stimulates the skin, attracting the blood to the surface, and thus aids in reducing the congestion within. Call a physician. You don't believe it? Call a physician. Go to bed. Stay quiet and don't worry, because that shit's going to take care of all your problems. You've got something major wrong, don't worry. It's no big deal. Vicks Vapor Rub can help you out. I am not reading the rest of that because my eyes are wanting to bleed just by the way it looks right now. So, but if you want to pause it, go ahead. You can try to squint up there and read all that. So I'm gonna okay, you've had time, pause it. Okay, next. There's another page of the Vicks. See, there's more. Yeah. Keep free from colds, it says on the headline there. Right there. And then the symptoms. It tells you about the symptoms, the treatment. I'm just not sure if it can do all that, but hey, cool. Okay, you've had time, pause it if you want to read. Next. There's even another page. I thought there was 3, but there's 4. Have color in your cheeks. No, I'm sorry. No, what am I doing? Oh, no, this is not the Vicks. This is olive tablets. I'm sorry. This is not the Vicks. Okay, so this is olive tablets. So do you need color in your cheeks? I sure do. Look at this. I need some major color in my cheeks. So I need to get me some olive tablets. It says Dr. Edwards olive tablets. Let's see, are oh, I cannot make out that word because I can't see what it is. It's kind of blurred. Let's see, he's done 17 years of study. It's purely vegetable compound with olive oil. You will know them by their olive color. To have a clear pink skin, bright eyes, no pimples, none. He says no pimples. A feeling of buoyancy like childhood days. You must get at what is that? Yeah, I can't make out that word. But if you want to pause it and try it yourself, you can. Dr. Edwards olive tablets act on the liver and bowels like like whatever the hell that word is, yet have no dangerous after effects. It works on your liver and bowels, but it has no dangerous effects. Not everything that's supposed to be good for you is good for you. That's all I'm saying. I don't know if it's good for you or not. I'm just saying that not everything that's supposed to be good for you is good for you. So, anyway. Okay, I'm back, and I thought that I would add some color to my cheeks and continue on with the newspaper clippings. So, let's finish them. All right, let's go on. Oh my. Well, this is continuing from the color in your cheeks. No, actually, that's continuing from the vapor rub. Okay, clearly that one's not in the right order, but that's okay. We don't need it. All right, so an easy way to apply medicine. Oh, they're talking about smoking. Smoking, it can heal you. So it's a simple method by which medicine may be introduced into the air passages of the head, the nose, the throat, the lungs, yet no other means run, run, I cannot make out the word, easily relieve many of these inaccessible places. Dr. Homer is the originator of a combination of medicinal herbs, leaves, and let's see, is that flowers? Which are smoked in the form of a cigarette, or you can use a pipe. So, okay, he's got smoking as a medicinal therapy, but it's not supposed to be tobacco. I have no clue if it would work or if, how it is. So I'm not going to comment on it, but I don't see how smoking would help. But like I said, it's not supposed to be tobacco. So, hey, it might work. Who knows? Next. Oh, that's continuing on. Dr. Blousers. I think I said Dr. Homers, didn't I? Yeah, I did. Dr. Homers. Dope. Dope. Right? Dope. You get it. So, okay. Yeah, and this guy was in Atlanta, Georgia. And he had his box on here. So, yeah, you could get a trial. You could get some ready prepared cigarettes, or you could get a bag of the remedy for smoking in a pipe and a dainty new pipe. So cool. You got it all there if you needed it. Next, workmen don't want. To the editor. The idea of men saying women keep them from getting work at their low prices if they would go to West 27th Street and see the girls working the fingernails off themselves for 20 cents a day, they would never say a word. How can any girl on $1.20 a week support a sick mother and little children? I am sure no man would work at that price. Flossie. I agree. I don't care what time it was, but $1.20 a week is insane. And men have always, well, until recent, made a lot more than women. So yeah, there you go. That's the first step for women to get better wages. Yay. Dog upsets automobile, injuring driver and starting prairie fire. Okay, so they put dog upsets automobile, injuring driver, starting prairie fire. That damn dog did a lot of damage in a little time. So, hold on, let me see if I got a clip of it. No, I did not. Damn. Okay. Well, I'll just have to try to read it. Okay, so it says Center ND, April 15th. A man was severely injured, a car destroyed, a bad prairie fire started, and a dog killed. And the poor dog was killed. What the hell? Okay, so they made out like the dog did all that, but the damn dog was killed. Okay, so when the Ford driven by Peter Flager, a farmer near here, struck a dog that ran out from the farmhouse to bark at the passing car. Mr. Flager was on his way home from town when the dog raced out at him, and before he could turn to one side, he struck the animal squarely, and the dog being instantly killed, and the car turning completely over, pinning the driver underneath it. Ugh. Then catching fire. The case of this place traveling in an automobile heard the man's cry for help and intricated him, but not until he had suffered severe burns. Good grief. The burning car had already set the dry grass on fire, and the farmers in the vicinity had a fight to save haystacks and buildings. Mr. Flager will recover, but is suffering severely both from his burns and from internal injuries. Okay, so that seemed like a bad accident, and the poor dog died. So it shouldn't have went out and started chasing the cars. So, okay. Next. Auto speeder hides, but cop takes car. So there are automobile drivers who boast of ways to beat the speed cops. Speed cops. Okay, so but a way that does not work is to abandon your car and hide when the motorcycle man I'm sorry. Okay, motorcycle man is on your trail. John Ireland, delivery truck driver, tried this method Friday morning. He regained repossession of his machine by paying a $10 fine in police court. So him running, it did no good. It never does. I don't know why people run. Okay, I know that there's some people out there that would love to hex their bosses. You shouldn't do that. It's only going to come back at you. So you shouldn't try at all. Because if you do, you know, it's just going to come back at you. And, you know, I mean, there's, you know, nobody would even know who can do that. I mean, I'm sure there's people in the world that can and everything, but you don't want something like that coming back at you. I mean, you know, if your bosses are assholes and you can't stand them, you should be like, hey, you're a douchebag. I hate you. No, don't say hate, because that's a strong word. I very much dislike you. I can't stand working from you, and you work me so hard, and I don't make enough money for what you cause me to do. I'm gonna put a hex on you, and yeah, I'm gonna put a hex on you. I know somebody that can do it, and you deserve it. You deserve every bad thing that comes your way because you're an asshole. Yeah. You know, you could just threaten them. You could threaten them and say, you're an asshole, and I'm gonna put a hex on you, and yeah, maybe that'll work. You just scare the crap out of them, and you know, $1,200 though. Ooh, that's a lot of money. So, new services. If your boss is making life miserable, Ernest, Dr. Buzzard. Bratton says he can solve your problem. All it will take is 2 shiny dimes, a teaspoon of black cat oil, and an incantation over a grave. Over a grave? What the hell? Okay, oh, and $1,200 of your cash. That's it. Piece of cake, says Bratton, a self-proclaimed voodoo witch doctor from Washington, D.C. I give your boss what I call the hot foot. If it doesn't work, there's no dogs in Georgia. What? Okay. So there's obviously dogs in Georgia. So yeah, Bratton 57 says he was born with magical powers and perfected them with the help of ghostly visions. He's even put out a video titled Voodoo Hoodoo You Do. Catchy title. So yeah, awesome. So yeah, he's claiming that he's got powers and that he's perfected them, and that he gets ghostly visions, and yeah, he's claiming that he can do it, and it's a voodoo hoodoo you do. So yeah, all right, dude. I don't really know what to say about that. Whatever. So, like I said, you shouldn't, put a voodoo curse on your boss, even if they're an asshole. I mean, you just shouldn't do it. It's wrong. Shouldn't do it. It's not something you want to have come back on you. I mean, they deserve what they get. Because they're assholes. You're not an asshole. If you put the curse on somebody, are you an asshole? I don't know. You want to take that risk? I don't know. I can't tell you that. So, okay. I can't tell you. You have to figure that one out for yourself. Okay. A duel with pitchforks. Really? A duel with pitchforks? Okay. Wow. Okay. Richmond, Virginia, November 22nd. Mr. J.T. Norris. Oh, it's not real, it's resident. I'm blind. Okay. Of Northumberland County in this state employs a number of Negro bands on his place, and among them one Dick Knock. Sorry, I started wondering there. And a man known as Bob. On Sunday morning last, these two quarreled, it is thought, about a woman to whom both were paying attention. They were both paying attention to her, so they got a quarrel. So hey, you know how it is. You don't know how it is? Well, that sucks, because yeah, that's how it is. Later in the day, the two met again in a stable. They met in a stable, not in a field, in a stable. But there's a whole bunch of shit around. Women wouldn't be that dumb. I'm just saying, they would never be that dumb to go into a stable or any confined area to get in a fight. That's all I'm gonna say. It wouldn't happen. Okay. So, let's see. They met in the stable and they renewed the quarrel and finally proceeded to a free Virginia fist fight. Okay. As neither seemed to gain any particular advantage over the other, and each seized a pitchfork and began a desperate onslaught upon the other. The fight lasted for nearly a quarter of an hour. Well, all right. It lasted a quarter of an hour. Okay, let's see. Is this the one? Nope, that's okay. We're not going to go on yet. We're going to wait a second because now we don't want to just move on and, you know, continue because it's Halloween. I don't know if you've realized that it's Halloween, but it is. And I just feel this crazy, crazy, crazy thing that I just feel like I must completely change. Hello. Well, I felt like changing again. This time I decided to change into a fabulous unicorn. I mean, you know, you can't really get much better than a unicorn. I mean, it's really perfect. I mean, I love unicorns. And I mean, if you're going to change a million times, you might as well just do it on Halloween when you have an excuse to, right? Okay, so let's finish with our newspaper clips here. Oh, and also be sure to check out the site that I got these from because there's so many more. There's like literally hundreds of them. I mean, you're not going to want to miss all the others. There are so many crazy ones that I had trouble deciding which ones I was going to put into this video. You're definitely going to want to go check them out. Let's go. Okay. Policeman takes job of catching spook. Elizabeth ghost just escapes police warrant at the request of Miss Delia Myers, 26 West Scott Place. The police of Elizabeth, New Jersey started an investigation yesterday to determine whether her home is haunted or someone having read of the ghost mystery of Antigonish, Nova Scotia is merely playing spook in an effort to frighten her. Miss Myers says she heard a scratching noise at the door of her apartment about 2:30 o'clock this morning, and going into the hall saw a ghostly figure stalking through the hallway. Miss Myers wanted to, let's see, swear out a warrant for the arrest of another tenant with whom she has had trouble, expressing her belief this individual impersonated the apparition to scare her into moving. She declared the person's head was covered with a sheet. Okay, so apparently they had been in a fight and a disagreement, and the person thought, well, hey, I know how to get rid of her. I'm going to dress up like a ghost and I'm going to scare the shit out of this woman and I'm going to get her to move. So not only did she do that, she literally put a sheet over her head. I mean, of all the things she could have done, she could have painted herself gray. She could have done any number of things to scare this woman. But what she decides to do is put a sheet over her head. Okay, whatever. Sure. It sounds like a great idea. Okay, so, right. All right. Refusing to take a complaint, Judge Otto advised the woman, it says, to get someone to assist her in capturing the spook. Police Sergeant Riley volunteered, declaring he spends his spare time in the study of psychic phenomenon. That's awesome. Go for it, dude. Lost fish, hooked tongue. Okay, so a lad's awkward predicament sitting on the wharf. Ernest Stewart, age 11 years, while fishing with hook and line at the wharf of the Reading Railway. They have to pass go and collect $200. Okay, sorry. Newcastle, Delaware, had a tug on his line and raised to the top of the water a large catfish, but lost it. Okay, he had his tongue sticking out of his lips, and the hook caught and passed through the tongue. With his rod and line, he went to the home of Miss Elizabeth M. Dennison, and she took the boy to the office of Dr. Burke, where the hook was cut into two and then removed. Well, awesome. Let's see. My eyelashes are so heavy. I think they're starting to fall. Look at this crap. Seriously. Like, look at this one. It's coming off too. They're like super heavy. I mean, look at these suckers. I could have trimmed them down, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna live dangerously. I'm gonna fabuloso up my unicorn here, and yeah, look at this. It's coming off though. And I did glue them on, so it's like, it doesn't matter though. They're like, I rebel against you. I am fighting the system. I'm fighting. That's why I don't wear fake eyelashes, because honestly, they're really super annoying. I hate them. Plus, they kill animals to get the little lashers. So I just, these are like foil, so they're not like anything that would like kill something. So yeah, that's why I put these on. But otherwise, I'm not. I have eyelashes, so I'm not going to kill something to get eyelashes, longer eyelashes. I mean, that's just ridiculous. Okay. Oh, sorry. Got sidetracked. Okay. So let's see here. Okay. Well, I read that one. So 5 dead from poison moonshine shipment. Oh shit. Hackensack. Hackensack, New Jersey, February 16th. Another load of deadly poison booze has been dumped on the what does that say? Market? Yeah, Market. 5 wood alcohol deaths in Ridgefield Park were reported to the police today. Detectives are searching for the poison bootleggers. So I wonder if it was on purpose or an accident, because you have to figure poisoned alcohol isn't going to really make any money, because once people start getting sick from it, nobody's going to want to buy it. So, okay. Leaves an asylum to face hangman. Slayer of Chinese recovers reason and is ordered executed. Okay, so Sacramento, September 12th, Governor Party today issued a warrant for the execution of Miguel Antony at the San Quentin Penitentiary for the murder of a Chinese and it actually says that, of a Chinese, in San Bernardino County. Antony cut the throat of the Chinese and buried the body back of his cabin. So let's see. He was tried and convicted, but before sentence, he was passed upon the murder. He had been adjudged insane and was committed to Napa Asylum. After a short time, it was reported to State Lunacy Commission that Antony had become sane again, and he was ordered removed to San Quentin. An investigation by officials shows that this is the first case of the kind that has ever happened in the state, and under the law, the governor has to fix the date of execution. So they had him declared insane. He got well, and he wasn't insane anymore, and they executed him. Okay. Jailed for trying to drug 5 persons. Okay, so that's the chloroform, dude. Catch a wild man in Salinas. Creature who has been terrorizing citizens, arrested by a vigilante official, escaped from asylum. Insane Italian with long and bushy hair and unkept beard behind bars. So it says Salinas, September 12th. For some time past, The residents in the hill country have been terrorized by a strange man who looked like a big ape. Attempts to capture him proved futile. Last night, an officer watching the outskirts of town noticed a man who answered the description of the wild man. In a short while, he had the man corralled and handcuffed. He gave the name of John Ross, I guess that's Ross, and said that he was aged 52 years and a native of Italy. He was or has been in the state 2 months and in this vicinity 3 weeks. He is a laborer. Let's see, when pressed to tell where he had been previous to August, he became violently angry. Finally, he declared he had escaped from an insane asylum at Blackfoot, Idaho. By jumping from a second-story window, he gave this information reluctantly. How insane was he if he knew that he escaped and was telling everybody that he was, I mean, that's my thing. Well, whatever. So let's see. Ross is about 5 foot tall and weighs 150 pounds. His dark, bushy hair, long black beard, and mustache are dirty and unkept. His clothes are tatters and he is barefooted. When not watched, he is constantly trying to break the bars of his cell. He is believed to be a dangerous maniac. So he got free and he was roaming around, and people, I guess, saw him, and I'm not exactly sure. They're calling him a creature at the beginning of the article, so I'm wondering if they thought he was like a Bigfoot, but he wasn't very tall, so not sure. Okay, a Springfield, Missouri man who claimed, really need to put my glasses on, but I don't want the glare to, get into the camera. Okay, chained himself to his sofa for 3 weeks to stop smoking, says he has kicked the habit. Thomas Warren, 42, he chained himself up to his sofa, seriously, for 3 weeks to stop smoking. What are you, what? No, I'd smoke. No, I'm not. No, I would never do that. I just quit cold turkey. And I used to smoke and I quit cold turkey. It took, you just don't smoke. You don't have to chain yourself up though. You just don't do it. You're an adult. You're not a child. So, you start a bad habit, you quit the bad habit. You're not a baby, so quit what you're doing that is wrong. Simple. Whatever. So, all right. So Thomas Warren, 42, unlocked the 8-meter steel cable. Oh my God, he used steel cables too. Okay, on the weekend, and celebrated his freedom by going out to dinner with how to use the bathroom with friends, and running 3 kilometers at midnight. So he waited to run. I don't know how hot it is there, but if it's hot, maybe I can understand it. He chained himself up for 3 weeks to stop smoking. During the run, I felt like I was a bird, Warren said yesterday. Okay. No, I'm not going to sing that song. No. Don't do it. No, don't do it. No. Okay. So this person hid his dead in a well. California furnishes ghastly mystery equal of Guinness mystery. So Mariposa, California, May 12th. Discovery today of a secret tunnel leading from the home of the late George McCoy to within 3 feet of the well where 4 human skeletons were were unearthed within a week, leads the authorities to believe they are about to expose a death trap surpassing the Guinness murder farm in Indiana. McCoy had lived on the ranch from 1853 until 2 years ago. Well, when he died, he was a bachelor of peculiar habits. That's a way of putting it. He, let's see, district attorney Adair, in charge of the investigation, said today the discovery confirms our belief of the most remarkable series of crimes ever known in the West. Finding a skeleton will probably explain the mysterious death of Sam Wilson, who disappeared in 1877 after quarreling with McCoy. He was last seen going to McCoy's house. McCoy was charged with the crime, but after searching the house, the authorities dropped the case. They searched the house, they didn't search the well. Whatever. This sounds like the story that Stephen King one. 1922, I think it's called. 1922. Whatever. Yeah, sounds like that, but electrodentist, yours for strictly high-grade work, all that can be needed for the welfare of your teeth. Electrodentist, the modern scientific clean way of caring for your teeth. Electrodentist, where they crown your teeth in a way that is satisfactory. Electrodentist, where they make plates that never fail to fit. Electrodentist, where they do bridge work that never fails to please you. Electrodentist, directed by Dr. F.M. Stein, 518 Riverside. So, electrodentist, unkissed for 2 years. This is funny. Okay, so New York, October, Halloween too. So this woman is not been kissed for like 2 years, so she decides to sue her husband, and yeah, in 1910. So let's see, no, she married July 10th, 1910 in the city, and they went to Europe for their honeymoon. While they were on the boat on the way over, she said her husband went through her trunks and I'm assuming they mean trunks, boxes. Let's see. And after telling her Nair to use pins on her clothes, ordered her to replace all fasteners on her dresses with buttons. So basically, he married her, then he tried to start controlling her, and then he stopped giving her attention for 2 years, is what I'm understanding. So they quarreled, and okay, yeah, he went several days without kissing her. Asshole. Okay, so this is the one about that was in 1909, about the dude that hit him in the well. Okay. Okay, so that's it. That's it. We're at the end. Yay. Okay, so I hope you all enjoyed it and happy Halloween. And I hope y'all all enjoyed all the changes I did. I'm really hoping that I can get this out tonight, even if it's late. But if not, it'll be tomorrow. It'll be the day after Halloween, and then I'll be telling you Happy Halloween and everything. And you'll be able to be like, hey, it's not Halloween anymore, you dumb bitch. But yeah, sorry. So yeah, happy Halloween, and I hope we get it out in time. And bye. Subscribe, like, share, all that good stuff.